Should your organization apply for a significant grant award on short notice? That's a great question and one that comes up a lot. When an organization hears about a multi-million-dollar opportunity to continue or expand their work, it sounds like something worth getting excited about. And it is, but the answer to whether your organization should apply for a significant award without a lot of upfront notice depends on a few different situations and scenarios. Let's talk about this a little bit. Scenario one, let's say your organization hears of an opportunity from a funder that is short notice. It's a one-off opportunity, and maybe the funder is releasing this particular grant award in response to an unusual external event or a crisis. It's situational. It's not something that's a cyclical grant. In that case, if your organization meets the application qualifications, yes, you should apply. This is a one-time opportunity to address a situation that doesn't always occur and may help your organization bridge some other financial challenges that may come up as a result of this situation. So if that's the case, then go ahead and submit the application. Ideally, the funder is aware that everybody is doing this application on short notice. Nobody's familiar with the requirements because it's never been done before. And the application itself is designed with some flexibility. However, the second scenario, and the one that I more commonly see in working with potential grant applicants, is an award that is significant, likely cyclical, meaning that it's a recurring award. It's something that organizations who receive these funds apply for on an annual or a biannual basis. The application generally doesn't vary from year to year, and some organizations who have won this award in the past have come to depend on it a little bit. But your organization has just heard of the award. Maybe you're exploring something new, you've done a new avenue of research, and you've just come across this particular grant opportunity. Should you apply for it in that case? And the answer to that is it really depends. It depends on your resources, your strategy, and your overall plan. A couple things to keep in mind about grant applications. There is a commitment to deliver what you're saying you're going to deliver in the application. When you're putting together a grant application, it's not free money, and organizations that have a lot of experience with significant funders like state and federal governments are aware of this. But if it's something you're applying for the first time, you're essentially putting together a proposal to deliver a service. And many times if it's a grant, it's a social good, but there's work on the other end should you receive the award. You want to be mindful that that work is not going to take your organization off track. The second thing to keep in mind is that grant applications are very competitive, particularly for significant awards. You need to consider the time and resources you're putting into the application to make sure you can position yourself well, because there's an opportunity cost to creating the application, particularly if it's short notice, you have other priorities, and you're feeling like you may need to come up with a plan to respond to this order. You need to make sure that the time or financial resources being dedicated to submitting the application are worth it to you. You could be doing something else with your time. Sometimes organizations, and getting excited about hearing about a $5 million award, don't consider you might not win the award after all the time you put into that application. And that time could have been better used building partnerships, developing other funders, or doing something else within your strategic plan. So those are three things to just keep in mind about grant applications in general before you really consider applying for a significant funding source that you have not before. Let's say you've thought about those things and have decided that the potential award is worth the time and effort to submitting the application. I'd ask you two questions. The first question is, do you have the time and resources to dedicate to submitting the application? Let's say it's a federal award. The average federal award takes 80 to 120 hours to complete. So somebody needs to dedicate potentially 2 to 3 weeks of their time to work on the application and submit it. You're taking staff time away from other projects and other priorities to submit this application. Somebody needs to have the time to do the application. If you are doing the award on short notice, this actually may be a scenario where somebody internally is better prepared to put together the application than hiring an external grant writing services. Profound Hope Industries is an external grant writing service, but what I like to remind new potential clients is that a grant application is a partnership. A person who doesn't know your organization well can't tell your story without your help. So the person internally might be able to have the facts in their head up front. They might have quicker access to leadership resources if they have a question that needs to be addressed in the application than somebody externally. So if you are considering a grant application on a short term, having somebody internally to write the application might actually position you better than hiring an external grant writing services. If you do decide to hire somebody external, you want to keep in mind, as I said, that it's a partnership and you need to make sure your staff still has the time to dedicate the resources to putting the plan together and delivering all of the materials that grant writing service needs to create a quality application for you. That is still going to take time, communication, and back and forth, and you need to edit and read that application before it's submitted. And then the second question to ask your leadership team is, does this potential funding source take my organization off track with its other strategic goals? Or is this something that we had hoped to do over the long term anyway? If the answer to both of those questions is yes, go ahead and submit the application, even if it's short notice. You never know what will happen when you apply. The opportunity could be game-changing for your organization. It could help you expand significantly, leverage other funders, or open new doors for you. So apply, but be mindful of the things that you need to do to prepare for a quality application. The one thing that I encourage people to keep in mind above all else is that if you are going to submit a grant application at all, especially if it is for a significant source of funding, is that you want this to be a quality application with a solid plan that you could deliver on when you receive the award. My name is Sarah Hope Marshall, founder of Profound Hope Industries. Profound Hope Industries works with mission-based organizations within their context to create greater impact and move their work forward to fulfill their mission. Like and subscribe so we can continue making these videos. Thanks for watching.